aim trainer slash warm-up drill that I have come up with pretty much by accident. I'm not going to like take loads of credit or anything for it. It's again playing against bots, but I'm just going to give you the lowdown of what we're doing. They added a new map in Season 5 called Verdansk Stadium, which is a gunfight map. It's a very small map, it's very open, it has long lines of sight, and the spawn points are crazy as fuck. So I'm just going to give you a lowdown of the setup of the server, the warm-up drill. The time limit can be whatever you want. For the purpose of this video, it's going to be 5 minutes just to keep it short. You've got a normal sweep on radar and weapon pings on minimap, which means that when the enemies shoot, they'll ping on the radar, and also if they're not wearing ghosts, they'll appear on the radar as well. That's also quite useful. Everything else is pretty much left the same. You could change this however you wanted. Because it's a gunfight map, perks are disabled as well as field upgrades, so that's completely irrelevant anyway. The way the spawns work on this map is very strange. So you have 2 spawns at either end, behind some crates, which is fine. But then you also have spawns dispersed throughout the middle as well. But they're all along the edges. They're not in the middle of the map, they're all along the edges. I think there's a couple that are in the middle at the back on each side, but other than that, that's the spawn locations. What you want to be doing when you're doing this drill is using a weapon or something that you want to get better at using. I'm just going to use the X50 because it's what I like to use. Now, I also have been using it to practice with my 50 cal, my Desert Eagle, sorry. Not my 50 cal. I actually have used the 50 cal as well. So, let's just hop straight into it. Now, the good thing about this is if you're not particularly good at quickscoping and you want to get better, this is a really good way of doing it. Just want to point out as well, the bots are on recruit. I've tried them on all difficulty settings and it's just anarchy regardless. So if you're just wanting to get in some easy sort of, warm-up, then just leave them on recruit. So notice you spawn on both sides, and the bots sort of spawn relatively close. Now the thing I like to do is if you stand here, you can get some good practice in. I will be doing a follow-up video of this with more greater in-depth information about it. It is just playing against bots. And what you want to do is you've got 2 choices. You can either stay at one end of the map and try to get just long shot, quick shot, long shot, quick scope kills, or you can move around the map and try to get as many kills as possible. That was way too high. It moved out of the way. Loaded. Earlier on I was now, what you want to do is try to stay alive as long as you can. It doesn't really matter about your KD. It's not really about that. It's about practicing. Gives you, because of the pure anarchy, it's pure insanity. Like I went to shoot the dude in front of me, I shot the dude next to me. 20 million bullets later. Because it's pure anarchy, it means that you don't really have time to think, and you have to sort of just go with the flow, if that makes sense. And the bots are on regular recruit, so they're not going to be like, supposed to be a challenging affair, but because of the sheer madness and the close proximity of the map, using the shotguns, using the people sat in corners, almost instantly he just disappeared. It's also good if you want to get pistol kills, if you want to practice with your pistol. I'll tell you what, I found out something really interesting. Completely separate to all harder when you get into the middle section because the bots can just spawn behind you. The easiest then to stand by is this one if you just want to get like quick shots, quick scopes. Again, like I said, it's not about whether or not you hit all of your targets. It's all about practicing the button presses. Left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger. And if you're particularly not good with a sniper rifle, I am dog shit with the SV. And then you can practice. See, I'm not I do semi-auto very well. It's a very good gun if you can master it. Should I get a switch sooner? In these corners, the bots can still spawn next to you, which can be very jarring, especially if you're in the middle of a fight. There you go. This is just a quick guide to it. I'll post a video later on about it, but basically that's what you want to be doing. I can't believe this like complete disaster of gameplay gets to play the game. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Now, the thing I like about it, okay, I'm going to go through the pros and the cons. The cons, obviously, is you're fighting against bots. There's not really anything you can say about that. It's just bots. So if you feel like you're not going to be getting the full experience of actually playing against people and getting better in that respect, don't do this. However, if you're already pretty good at quick scoping or you just want to get better at particular guns, this is really good because it puts you right into the fray. And what I mean by that is you are literally constantly under pressure. You're constantly getting shot at from different directions. I had high alert on, and you could see it getting set off from every direction. And that's what you want to do. You want to get into the habit of learning how to turn on the spot 180 degrees. You need to be able to literally go from looking in front of you to looking behind you relatively fast and get used to that feeling on your controller. It's good as well if you think that your settings might be wrong, that you could go into your settings and change stuff if you really wanted to see whether or not it would help. It's good as well, like I said, for practicing with different guns that you're not particularly good at, or if you want, you could try to find a setup for a pistol that's really good at hipfire, or etc, etc. So you can really just go into in-depth with all of the different sort of nuances that you can do. And it's also really good at training your aim and also practicing quick scoping with different weapons. So all in all, my old aim trainer was I would go through like a sort of largish map, then a medium map, then a small map, and use different sniper rifles throughout. I think in future I'm just going to be using this because it's just pure chaos. And when you're playing in sort of skill-based match-made lobbies where it is pure chaos, then, you know, it's good practice. Earlier on I was doing it with about 5 people, including bots as well. 2 of the 5 people were, I would consider, pro snipers, i.e. people who are way better than me. And it was pretty fun because you can't tell who the bot is when you're getting into the fight and everyone is already pushed and pressed constantly because of all of the surrounding chaos. It's sort of like it proves very well for the actual game mode itself. It really pushes you to push yourself, if that makes sense. And if you really wanted to, you could increase the bots to veteran. You could put them on mixed, actually. That would give you probably more of an interesting sort of game setup. Sometimes the bots would just melt you, and other times they'd be, well, bots. But personally, because of how crazy it is, I would suggest regular or recruit. You don't need to prove anything. You're not trying to, like, you know, get a high kill game against veteran bots because you're a T1000 robot or something. I'm looking at you, Panos. But anyway, that's what I really wanted to share with you today. Hope you generally have a nice time watching it. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. If you didn't, a dislike. If you're new, like that content, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'll see you in the next iteration. Thank you very much for watching. I decided to do this as a live stream just so to give you a bit of a preview. I will be uploading a video in more depth later on, sort of explaining all of the different nuances and different things you can essentially train while you're in here. Cat, what are you chasing? Right, anyway, be right back. Bye.